All right, let's do this. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Free Beer with Charlie. Glad you could make it. Charlie, how are you today?
I'm fantastic. I can't complain about anything.
Oh, good. That's fantastic. That's the way I am too.
So, good week?
Oh, it was a great week.
It was.
Glad it was over.
Yeah.
Always,
Yeah, we're so glad it gets to the end of the week. You know, it's kind of funny this week. Have you ever just tried to think of somebody's name and just leaves you?
That happened to me. So my wife called and says, Bob, what's his name? I'm trying to remember his name. And we're both on the phone and I'm like, Williams! You know.
And why do we do that?
Why do we yell it out? It's like we don't go, I have it now. It's Williams. You know?
It's just as soon as it comes to you, it's like, ah! And, you know. And
you want to beat the other guy, right?
Right, because I don't want you to get it before me, so.
But see, what I should do is be like, I've got it, but I'm going to give Charlie another second or two because he's going to come up with it.
And then I'm going to
I want him to
Williams!
And then you're going to yell, and I'm going, dang it, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just said it. It's human nature.
It is.
We're
funny.
messed up.
We are. And, and I've noticed too, if I run into somebody with, us living in the Ozarks here, we get a lot of tourists and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I notice people ask me all the time for directions and stuff. And I notice when, and I guess it is human nature, when somebody's from a foreign country, I catch myself talking slower and louder.
Yes. The stop sign. Left at the stop sign.
There is a big stop sign.
And they're like, what is wrong with these people?
And they're looking at me like, man, he's got some issues.
You know what Iowa stands for, don't you?
Idiots that wander around.
Exactly.
I'm sorry for all of you from Iowa. My wife has a lot of family in Iowa.
Oh!
I'll just leave it at that.
That's just a tourist joke from the Ozarks,
Yes,
folks.
it is.
So, Charlie, what are we looking at today?
Well, Big Al, we got a Spacesuit Session Ale to try.
Spacesuit?
Yeah.
That sounds
it's
weird.
Far out.
Yeah, no doubt.
The tagline for this is awesome. It's suit up, cosmonaut.
So, a session ale?
Yes.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, what I found out is a session ale is a lower alcohol by volume beer. Typically, it's between 4 and 5% or less.
Really? Okay.
And basically what it is it's what you and I classify as a guzzler. Basically, it's a light, refreshing, crisp beer.
Oh, gotcha. But why do they call it session?
Well, back in the day, doing a little history here, back in England, all the workers were allotted 2 drinking periods. They were allotted that every day, so every 4 hours they were allowed to drink. Well, what happened was, back then, the typical beer were stouts and porters. Mm-hmm. Well, you know how that is. They're typically heavier, higher alcohol content, and to use the English phrasing, they were always concerned about them getting too pissed.
Yes, or what we'd call hammered.
Right, or what we'd call hammered.
Yeah.
So they came up with these session ales so that now every 4 hours you get a session break.
Ah.
So that's where the name Session Ale came from.
So every 4 hours they get to drink beer.
Yeah.
And why did we stop that?
I don't know. And what gave them the ability with this session ale being so much lesser alcohol by volume, they could drink more beer and not get pissed. So
very good.
We should go back to that.
Yeah, I'll bring that up at the next board.
Yeah. Can you think of the added enthusiasm? Oh my gosh.
Oh, enthusiasm.
It'd be like 4 hours we get to drink.
But I'm thinking about brain surgeons and.
Yeah, we might have to put some
helicopter pilots and
and airplane pilots. That might be good.
Okay.
So I see where there's some bad things that could come out of that.
All right, Charlie. So let's take a look at this.
Let's do it.
Whoa! Wow.
What do you think about the label on that one?
That's not a cosmonaut. That's like a cosmonette.
Oh, definitely. We'll have to pull up a picture of that for everybody.
It's a little fruity.
It's kind of fruity. I mean, I'm thinking space. I'm thinking, bright lights from like stars, planets.
Made out of heat shields?
Heat shields. But that's definitely
that's different.
Cosmonette, not cosmonaut.
Your wife's name's in that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had several.
I remember you coming in with the
black eye.
And you said it was cosmonette.
Now I'm probably gonna have 2 black eyes.
Yeah, when this comes out.
When this comes out, I'm gonna be in trouble.
I'll be ducking when I go down the street.
You'll have to take a new way home. Oh, goodness. So I say we just crack this puppy open and
Let's
get
do
started.
it. You're probably gonna want one of these, aren't you?
Yeah, that'd be great. About chased my glass off the table there.
You'd think we'd have plenty. You'd think we'd have plenty of practice doing this.
You'd think so. That's me.
And yet, Big Al can still screw it out.
Yeah, almost threw that one off the table.
So, man,
Boy, it is
it's a light color.
It is light color. It's got a little haze to it.
It is
though.
just a little bit hazy. Not much of a head there.
No.
Just a typical smell.
Yeah, typical smell.
Yeah.
Typical 1 on sweetness on that smell.
Yeah.
I should say on
Pleasant.
smell. Yeah,
pleasant to unpleasant. It's a 1. Yeah. Nice.
Good. It is
Yeah.
I think the session makes it to a T.
Sure.
I mean, it's light and it's crisp.
Yeah.
And as for Big Al and I, we could definitely guzzle these.
Mm-hmm.
So do we know where this is coming out of?
It's coming out of Rogers, Arkansas.
And I believe it's New Province.
New Province.
Brewing company.
12.5%. No, I'm just kidding about that one.
Yeah, this is only running 4.5%. So,
Yeah.
this would be, we've had a couple good beers coming out of Arkansas. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
For our community, if you've never been to Arkansas, it's worth the trip. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Northern
state.
Arkansas is amazing.
Oh, and the Buffalo River. Now, this would be another great beer to take floating. So the thing I give New Province is the fact that, they do everything local. I mean, they get all their ingredients, everything, and I think that's wonderful.
Wow.
And, they started in 2016, and they have stayed true to what they do, and they're local owned, and I think that's fantastic.
I like that this has just a slight hoppy.
But it's just a tinge.
Yeah, it's just enough to be interesting. Did we talk about the sweetness and bitterness?
A little bit. I don't think we gave it a rating, though, did we?
Let's. I would think maybe just a 1, like a regular lager.
I think definitely it's a 1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost a teaser though, because at the end you get that slight hop citrus, and it almost makes it taste sweeter than what it is.
It is pretty much like a lager.
If it wasn't for that little extra.
Yeah, and that's what the part I say makes it interesting.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's just another beer.
Yeah, and I think that's where it feels crisp to me because of that. It's just got that refreshing there on the end. So what do you think?
Overall, it's a good drinking beer.
Yeah.
It's not a wow factor.
No.
You think maybe just a 3?
Yeah, I think 3 is good. Good category for it.
We'd buy this and drink it?
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't turn these down ever. But I think this, Big Al, let's talk about our categories. What would we put it under?
It's, as a sessions ale, like you say, lower alcohol, easy to drink. It is an easy drinker, so it's a refresher, it's a guzzler.
I think this could be an entry level.
It could be an entry level. It's not something that people are going to think is
I think it's
off tasting. Not a lot of people.
First time they try a beer.
Sure. Yeah.
No, I think that's a real good.
You don't have a skunk when you open it up, so that's a beginner off.
Yeah, don't have to hold your nose to drink that one.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Well, Big Al,
Charlie,
here's to God, guns, and rock and roll.
Amen. Oh yeah. And don't forget, I'm Big Al.
I'm Charlie.
Till next time.
Well, we've got a Spacesuit Session Ale today.
Spacesuit, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I love their tot.
You love their tatas?
I love their tatas. Okay, let's try that again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So why would they call it session?
Well, funny, back in England, back in the day, for every 8 hours you worked, you were allotted 2. Sorry.
There's too much math in it.
Too much. You divide 4, you carry the 3.
So a session ale, what does that mean?
Well, what I found out is a session ale is basically a lower volume. Lower volume. Gosh,
Let's turn it down from 11 to about 3.
And what it turns out to be is a crisp cream.
A cliff?
A crisp.